Lesson 7-4, multiplying two decimals. So to multiply two decimals, you first want to estimate the decimals so that you're able to compare your answer to the estimated answer to know if it's close to being correct. So we first estimate these, and we can round 1.7 to 2, and we can round 1.5 to 2. And so our approximate answer needs to be about 4. So now let's look at doing the problem without estimating. So with multiplication, you do not have to line up your decimals. In this particular case, it works out, but you always just want your numbers to be lined up. So we'll look at a few examples where the decimals do not always line up. Then you want to multiply as if you do not have a decimal. So 7 times 5 is 35. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. You have your placeholder, and then you have 7 times 1 is 7, and 1 times 1 is 1. So then you add 5 plus 0 is 5, 8 plus 7 is 15, and 1 plus 1 is 2. Now you have to count the number of places that are behind your decimal point. You have 2 places behind the decimal point, so you have to move the decimal point 2 places. So your answer is 2.55. Now, if we compare this to our estimated answer was approximately 4. Well, if you estimated this, you would get approximately 3. And so we would be able to say that 3 and 4 are probably close enough in numbers, and we would consider this to be an accurate answer. Pause the video to try a few examples on your own. So for the first example, we have 2.3 times 1.5. We would estimate this one to be approximately 4. But if we actually multiply it out, we have 2.3 times 1.5. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. We add our placeholder. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. And so our final answer comes to 345. You have 2 places behind the decimal. So our final answer is 3.45, which is approximately 4. For number 2, it's approximately 3 times 4, which is approximately 12. So if we multiply 3.3 times 4.2, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6. We add our placeholder. 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. So we end up with 1,386. Again, with 2 placeholders, and so it is 13.86. Our next example is 18.4, which we can round to 18, and 3.4, which we can round to 3. And when you multiply 18 times 3, you get approximately 54. And I am just going to give you the answer for 18.4 times 3.4. It is 62.56. Now, when we look at these two answers, they're pretty significantly separated. And so it's a kind of a personal judgment here of your 18.4 rounded to 18 and your 3.4 rounded to 3, and those gave you approximately 54. 54 and 62 are quite a bit apart, but we would still consider this to be valid. So let's take a look at an example if the decimals do not line up. So for this one, you write your 18.3 times 3.81. And this is what I mean by the decimals do not have to be in line, but the numbers do. Your numbers still have to line up So here you just multiply like normal. And so it would just be like you were multiplying the two numbers together. We would get 69,723. But if you count the numbers behind the decimal points, it's 1, 2, 3 places. So your final answer is 69.73 in this example. Pause the video to complete the lesson review. Make sure you show me this lesson review for verification of watching this video.